Hello and welcome to the Virtual Voices Podcast. I'm your host, Bleach Streaks, and today I'm interviewing with GrizDog. This is a bean and a half that is definitely an amazing individual. I've known them from ShelterCon and have known them for about 2 or 3 years. Oh. You good? Yeah, heck yeah.
I think so.
I can't wait for this podcast because, to be honest, guys, this is definitely a true friend that has been with me throughout this whole adventure. And you know what? It's a crazy story to listen to because you're going to listen on how, where they started, and what adventures awaits.
If you want, I can sit in the chair here. Let's
sit in the chair, and I think we're pretty much good from here, and then we can...
Hold on. Let me twist my body around and then just trying to set up so I can sit here.
Hey, we're matching though. We're matching. That's what's cool. Professional. We can both be... I just love how small you are in the beanbag. It's great. It's so good. All right, here we go. Ready in 3, 2, 1. Oh. Gotta do my morning stretches, get my coffee real quick over here. Hello. I hope you guys are doing well. How are you, GrizDog? How are you doing today?
I'm doing really well, actually.
Yeah, it's awesome. It's awesome to be here and awesome for you to be here because it's been so long. It's been too long. And I love it. This should have been the podcast where you should have been up first, personally, because I've known you for like a super long time. But I know we're always busy and stuff, and I know all the times that we always try to, everyone works their way, you know what I mean?
And you've had some good interviews and stuff too, so I mean,
heck yeah,
it's definitely not bad.
It's preparation. People got to see it, and it's only going to get more exciting every time I make a new episode, and and every time I bring someone on, it just feels like everyone's just hyped up for the next person. And you know what? I'm really glad that everyone's here to really enjoy, and for you to be here as well, because it's been a while. It's been too long, and I just hope you're doing well.
Yeah.
Heck yeah, you are. All right, GrizDog. This is exciting. So. How you doing, GrizDog? How's it been? Tell me a little about yourself. Tell me what the journey is about GrizDog.
Well, I mean, gee whiz, I don't know where to start exactly.
Let's go back. I guess. Just how did you? Tell me about yourself. Like, what's something you've had in the past that? Where did it start? When was your first gaming PC to where you are now? Or what are you talented at? I'm sorry. What are you talented at? I'm sorry.
Oh, well, I mean, I've always been into like drawing and stuff, although I haven't, in recent years, I haven't done that as much, but I still do. And I did it when I was, I got back into it more when I was designing fursuits and stuff. Because it was always much easier to,
That is so cool. Yeah, wow.
Yeah, I used to build fursuits.
What?
I think I built like 10 or so.
Hey, that's still something. That's pretty cool. I'm not gonna lie.
That 10 takes a long time. So
10.
I mean, it's over a long period of time.
Over the years and stuff too.
The span of like 4 years, I think I built about.
That is so neat.
So it wasn't like a big business, but I built a few for other people. At least 4 out of those 10 were just for myself. Actually, 1 was for my wife, and then 4 were for myself.
That is so cool. That's so cool. And can I ask how long that takes? How long that takes to build one?
It kind of varies, I mean, I've been able to do a lot of work on some of them relatively quickly.
Oh, wow.
but it would sort of just depend on, like, sometimes if you're in the mood, you just get a lot done.
No, yeah,
But it still
definitely.
takes a lot of hours. But yeah, it
It
still takes many hours.
does.
I would say if I'm not working, 8 hours a day, it takes probably a few months
Oh
to
wow.
to finish one off. But I think I had it down to the point where I could get them done if I pressed hard. I could probably get them done within a few weeks. And that,
That's
of course, also would
crazy.
depend on what exactly. Like if it like just the head would probably take a few weeks. Um,
Whoa.
working on it every day, at night, maybe for like 4 hours or something like that.
Hey, it takes little bits by bits, it definitely brings in to the your talents take a lot of time to kind of make something, especially for fursuits and stuff too.
Yeah,
It's
for
more of
those
a
in
it's more of a
particular, it can take
skill
a
than
while.
anything.
Yeah. Um,
It definitely is a
yeah,
skill.
and it was a lot of handwork and everything. If ever I build anything else, which I mean, I do kind of plan on building myself something here in the future, but I plan
Ooh.
on using things like 3D printing and flocking and that kind of stuff like that. So
That would be neat. That would be really neat. Just seeing
yeah,
that kind of way of just seeing the talent like that too. Plus, you've done it for a while, so it would be really interesting to see what you can grow as that and stuff. And it's really fucking cool. Oh, it's so cool. So how long was that business for?
I was doing that for a few years, but it's been, well, 3 or 4 years, about 3 years, I think.
Oh
Maybe
wow.
4 since I built the last one, so that was
Oh
that was a few
wow.
years ago.
Whoa. That was that
But I
fun
still
to
have
you?
my last suit that I built. I mean,
What?
it was fun to build them. Uh I liked seeing, the result and everything like that, and I don't know,
Wow.
it's just fun to build stuff like that. Um,
That sounds fun. So how did you really get, I guess, how did you get into that? Like how did you really get like
building
kind of the
fursuits?
idea? Yeah, how did you get into that? Did you see like a commercial? Did you see something like anything? Like did you have
Well,
inspiration?
initially I wanted to I can't remember how I found it, but initially I found, like, cosplay stuff.
Whoa, yeah,
So,
yeah, 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 yeah.
like the anime cons and that kinda stuff like that, I
What?
was seeing those videos, and I saw the cosplay, materials or whatnot. You know what I mean? That some of the
Mm,
cosplays that they would build,
yeah,
how they would make foam look like armor and all kinds of crazy stuff like that.
yeah, I've seen
And that
too
was
many
really
of
interesting to
those.
me. Oh
That
yeah.
is so
And
cool.
the videos on how to build that stuff were interesting to me. And then through those videos, I stumbled across fursuiting videos.
Oh,
And
sheesh.
yeah, no, it was about the cosplay at first, and then the algorithm kept feeding me, these fursuiting videos
Feeding
at
me
first.
information about what's good and what
Yeah,
you're liking to. That's awesome. That is
yep.
so cool.
And then at first it was off-putting. I didn't like it. But then I started watching it more. But what really made me get into it, honestly, was I saw a lot of the videos of the dance competitions and stuff. And I thought that was just
What?
wild. I thought that was cool as hell. And
Oh,
that's
fuck
probably
yeah.
what helped me get more into the. I think I first started thinking about becoming a DJ probably back when there was those dance comps and stuff. Just
What?
when I went to a dance comp to observe, of course,
So cool.
I just loved the music that they played and everything, and it's the idea of being the center of being able to choose the music and whatnot. I don't know.
Yeah.
I mean, I think that's
Have
where the
that
spark
isolation of your
for that
own
came
like
from.
music in persona. That's
Yeah.
that's so cool. That's so dope. And I'm guessing like that kind of compiles into you trying to become a DJ as well. And that's how you kind of gotten the inspiration to it, yeah.
Eventually, when I decided in here, I hadn't really decided, but I kind of always had the passing interest in it, but I wasn't necessarily dedicated to the task until later. Um, First, I was hosting and stuff, and even while I was hosting, actually, it was Minty Fresh who
Mm.
said sarcastically, "So when are you going to become a DJ?" And I said, "I don't
Whoa.
think that's in the cards for me."
Hell yeah.
And
So,
yeah, and I said, I
mhm,
just love being here and hosting and stuff like that.
hell
I
yeah.
says I wouldn't be opposed to the idea of being a DJ. I mean, I guess I like the idea, but
Who
it
wouldn't like
wasn't
the idea of
something that
playing
I
your own
was working
music?
on.
That's so
Yeah.
cool. That's so cool. So,
And the DJ role
um,
is cool, especially in the usually you're kind of the center of attention, and who doesn't like that?
oh yeah, who
So
doesn't like the center of attention? It does get overwhelming, but I do want to bring up the VRC in a minute, but I also want to bring up when you started getting into the fursuits. But
yep.
then did you tell me that when you the DJ stuff, they had dance competitions and that's where you saw the DJs and they were doing the fur
That was
competitions?
where I probably
Okay.
started seeing got my real. I mean, they had the raves at night, and
Yeah.
then but at the dance competitions, of course, they would have the DJs would play the tracks and stuff. They
Yeah.
weren't really
That's
DJing, but still, I just what I mean,
they just played music.
seeing and
They
hearing the music and stuff, and then yeah,
It works.
between
It
that and the
really
raves,
works. It definitely
yeah.
works. So, with bringing that online to the topic of getting into, I guess, with the DJing stuff, how did you start? This is. Did you have a PC and knew about VR chat even before like fursuits and stuff? And or no?
I had no, not before fursuits. I I got a better PC. Why did I get it though? I think I had other reasons. I don't know if I just wanted to game or if I actually was planning on using it for VR. I think I got it
Mm.
before I was really thinking about any serious VR stuff.
Okay, so
Um,
you kind of started where you wanted to get a PC and kind of got something out of
I
it.
think I just wanted a gaming PC at the time. I think that's what it was. When I bought the
Okay.
PC that I had when I first found VR chat stuff and started getting involved in VR, um, gee whiz, I don't remember if I was actually buying it for VR or not.
Hmm.
Maybe I was.
Maybe
I
you
think
were
I was. I think I was slowly getting
slowly
involved,
approaching it.
but
I
I
think.
don't even remember what I had for a computer anyway. I think maybe I didn't have one.
Hmm.
It might
So,
not have even been VR chat. It might have been because I wanted to play that Alex Half-Life game. It's funny I
ooh.
don't remember. I think that what it is that those things were so close together that
Oh
they
yeah, it's kind of
probably all were just
compilation.
multiple reasons as to why I wanted to get a better PC so that I could,
Yeah.
do gaming on it and, maybe get into VR and stuff like that.
Yeah. No, that definitely suits in the aesthetic of it. Somebody has to start, and do you remember like planning on getting in desktop mode and checking VR out? I mean, VR chat out.
Did I get in desktop mode first? Maybe I did. I must have. I mean, I had
You
to
must
have at
have.
least
You
tried that
had
for a
to.
minute.
Maybe.
Um, I remember kind of vaguely. So this was, I think it might have actually been in 20. Was it in 2020? It had to have been, I guess, 2020 or 2021.
Okay. So
Gee
let me
whiz,
let
I'm
me.
trying to remember now.
You're
But I
good. You're
just
good.
remember being invited. Yeah, I remember being invited in by
Okay.
someone in a mutual chat room, and
Okay.
when he said it, it sounded dumb. Honestly, it sounded dumb. He says, "Hey, come check out the
Everyone
raves. We're gonna
goes
do
to that
dances and
dumb
stuff."
stage of like, oh, this game looks very dumb.
Well, it
Like all the
wasn't what it
either
looked like. It
memes.
was just what it looked like in my head because he said, "Hey,
Yeah.
you should join me in the game. We're gonna go to a dance or something like that or whatever." And I'm like,
Right.
in the game, I was just pictured myself sitting in front of a computer, looking at a
Right.
screen,
Right.
watching avatars dance, and I'm like, this isn't. It just sounded
this isn't my persona. I want to play the
it didn't
game.
sound yeah, it didn't sound interesting at all.
Yeah.
But he said, "No, no, it's virtual reality. It's this, that's the other thing." I'm like, okay. So
It definitely does an if to everyone
I
at some
guess I
point.
must have gone in, and it's funny I don't remember that first experience, probably because it wasn't very exciting, I suppose. But it must have been enough to make me say, "Oh, this is interesting." They're actually in virtual reality. And I think what helped me a little bit to envision it a little bit, since I hadn't actually done it, was the fact that I had done some virtual reality escape rooms.
Ooh,
Like
okay.
my family, we went out. There was one place down the road that was doing virtual reality escape rooms, and when we went and did that, I was like, "This stuff is really cool." That was exciting So I think when I realized, oh, this is still virtual reality, it's just inside the game and it's all network based, you're with other people. I'm like, that actually does
Yeah.
sound really cool, because it was really cool in the experience that I had, just doing it with an escape room. So I'm like,
Yeah.
okay, I think I can picture why that would be interesting and why that would be fun. So I probably went in and visited. Wow, how many D's
Visited.
are in that? Yeah, and
Visited.
observed. And right, that's a weird. I went in to observe, and then from there, I actually had a friend I was telling about. I'm like, yeah, they said they're in virtual reality, this, that, and the other thing. He's like, yeah, I have all that stuff set up in my house, in my living room. He's a bachelor, right? And
Yeah.
he's like, come check it out. I'm like, sure, that sounds like fun. So I went over to his house one day. I popped on, he had he had the, not the Quest, he had the Index. Um, and I put it on and got in VR chat and found a model to
Oh,
wear, and I'm like, "What?" I was hooked by that.
what?
I was
You were
absolutely
like
hooked. Like, that
hot,
was like taking
sexy
a drug.
anime girls with titties. Let's fucking
I think
go.
my first avatar that I wore, in fact, that my avatar that I wore that day, that I had found somewhere, I think when I was in desktop mode, because I thought it looked
Whoa.
cool. It was actually like a super, like, hot looking Renamon, I think is what it was. The yellow thing with
Whoa.
the big
Yeah.
ears.
Yeah, 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 yeah,
Yeah,
with the big
and she's
ears. I
got
think
Daisy
I
Dukes on, and she's wearing Daisy Dukes
yes.
and shit.
Yes. Holy shit.
So I got in VR and I was wearing that thing. I'm like, "This is fucking dope." Like, this is where it's at, man. This thing is great.
You got some Daisy Dukes on, you got some
I'm
outfits,
like,
just
"This thing is
and it
sick."
fit the
I
persona that
stood
you
in front of
used to have too.
I remember my first time I stood in front of a mirror and just talked to strangers randomly, because I was in a public instance, because I didn't know anybody really or anything. I just went to a public instance and just talked to whoever was in the room there with me. And I stood in front of a mirror and did that for like 4 fucking hours.
Oh
4
man.
hours. First
Oh
time in, I'm like,
man.
this is sick, dude. I need this shit in my life.
It definitely does like a lot to you when you have a mirror. And trust me,
Yep.
mirror dwellers are a real thing. It
Oh
definitely
yeah.
definitely is a thing. It really puts your mindset of like, how can I make myself look good? But now I don't have to worry about complexion, and I don't have to worry about skin routines.
Right. Yeah.
Maybe not take a shower. Just gotta look good.
Right.
Just went through a boss battle and all of that. No, it definitely makes the mental mindset of. It definitely makes that mental mindset of just how you are as, your avatar. Everyone loves the complexion, the colors, and also the body. And I would definitely understand too. Listen, I've been there. Everyone's been there. For an hour or two, or at least 4 hours or 8. I mean, you hang out with your friends, you just look good. It's about you. You're making yourself look good. Your friends making you look good, and you know what? It just sometimes feel good when you have positive energy. But that is something that's awesome. That is awesome to hear, because all of us go through that stage, and everyone likes just kind of seeing how good they look. It makes me feel good. But okay. So when did you start getting into the world building?
I think that was, so I started hosting first.
Okay.
That was my first. First I just showed up to a bunch of different, I used to go to MVP a lot, and the only reason I don't go to MVP is just because it's a scheduling conflict. That's the only reason. Otherwise, I would totally be there every Friday.
Miami Vice parties?
Fridays is busy. Yep.
Yeah,
That's
oh my
one of the
God.
places I started. That's where I got my first start. Not hosting, but just showing up to dance. That's all.
I think Miami Vice parties is when I met them. Is when I went to something purple, the purple aesthetic, the purple club. It was like virtual,
After hours.
It was virtual
hours.
something.
I
After
remember
hours?
After Hours.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think it was called After. Was it a glass floor with like an EQ thing that was dancing under the floor? Or was it a different world?
I think it was a different world, but they were hosting at virtual. They had it's a really Club Orion is when they were hosting there. Club
Oh,
Orion when
really?
they
Oh,
were.
okay, so
Yeah,
that was much more
that's where I kind of knew
I'm
about them. I was
going
like, oh
back
shit.
like 2, 3 years.
Oh yeah, no, I've only known the only oldest thing I know is when DDVR had their like I wasn't even the OG's time. I was like where the third time of their stage was when like the O like before OG, I was there for like the third, I guess third stage is when DDVR was barely popping off. Like to me.
Okay.
And I was like, that's all I know. That's all I know. But like you're talking about like that's like when Miami Vice Parties was like back in the day. So that's like
This was like
holy
20,
shit.
2020, 2021.
Yeah, that's when like
It was either 20 or 21. Wow, I can't remember now because it's unfathomable to me that I've been here for 3 years.
hey, I mean, it's a story to tell for everyone because you start with something and you're here now as there's only so many parties. There's so many parties, and that like when people hear about parties, they know is that there's gonna be music, there's gonna be dancing, and also there's gonna be drinking. And like that was back in the day where like you had to use your microphone and like play the music, or even I don't know,
Shit.
I think like from what, or I don't know, like whatever the kind of stages where you had to go through to put the music out there for everyone to listen and hear and stuff was probably much harder.
Before, if there was such a time, I guess there must have been, but if there was a time where you had to, like when you couldn't input stuff into the world, that would be before
Right.
that time, for sure. That's probably going back to 17 or something.
Oh yeah, most definitely.
Because there are guys in here who've been here since 7. Like Paul Minton, I think, is one of the people who've been around here since 2017. And Pac,
oh wow.
I think Parkmaster's been here since then too. I think
Those
guys are the actual OGs. They've been here since since VR chat was a platform that you could actually use.
Holy shit. Hey, I mean, yeah, that's Parkmaster for the DDVR stuff. They're hosting and stuff for a while, so that's like, whoo, it's awesome. So let me ask this. 17 minutes in, let's show up the first world that we can go to. Check out your world for a bit, and then you can talk about like the club scene and then how you made the world. I would like to go to Club Orifice, but if you have a world that you prefer, go for it. Let's do it.
We can go to any world you want. I don't mind. We can go to Orifice. That was actually the first club I ever built.
I remember when you were start building that shit too. That was a good world. And I remember when you told me like, oh hey, we're gonna put you onto the we put you into the coding box, and I was like, oh what? I'm kind of like
you were hosting a party, I think, and you wanted to host.
Yeah,
it, so.
Yeah, hell yeah. Remember that too.
Orifice. Here we go. New instance. We'll do invite plus since it's just you and I.
Yeah.
And drop portal. Here we go.
All
right, man. Here we go.
All right, here we go. Let's do this. All right. Here's the OG. And we're gonna get that. I also got the music turned down, so no copyright. Oh man. Oh my goodness gracious. This is a show. This is insane. I remember. And I remember you used to have drafters all the way up there too. You used to have drafters all the way up there too for like what back in the day when like you could just get up there and like it was all like cross hinged and stuff. It was all like just pretty much just like rails and everything, and you could just sit up there. That was so cool.
I do need to update this world because I noticed the music is really loud for some weird reason, and who knows, I probably just need to do an update or something on it. I haven't updated it in maybe a few months at least, so
it's okay.
Actually, maybe it's been longer than that. It's been a long time. I haven't played here in a long time either.
Your logo is not even showing up either.
Oh well, that's a toggle that turns on and off.
Oh, yeah, of course. This middle tracker likes to be an asshole.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Yeah, I'm wearing pants in the swim tata. Okay, so tell me about this club. What's it about? What is it?
So this was the first club that I built, and it was I'm trying to remember how the idea evolved. I think I knew what I wanted for as far as a feeling, but I wasn't exactly sure how I wanted to lay it out. At some point, I settled on like the industrial like pool house look, turned into underground rave venue. A
Yeah,
lot of my clubs I like to do as things that were clearly not built for the purpose for which it is currently being used. You know what I mean? There
exactly.
always some other venue that had some other purpose that has since been repurposed by an underground rave club.
Exactly.
And that was definitely a theme that was true from the very beginning. And this being the prime example of it. It was an old pool house, and then somebody revamped it to turn it into a rave night. Um,
It works out. It definitely
yeah,
works to be one of those rave nights.
and I was pretty stoked that it came out as well as it did. But I mean, like I said, I know how to draw. I've done fursuits. You know what I mean. I've always done,
Right,
artistic kind of
right.
building kind of stuff. Plus, a software engineer. So I mean, I wasn't
Hey,
foreign to technology or artistic interpretation, I guess.
you gave
So
out
all of those
the.
skills helped me do this.
Oh yeah, if you have a full package, you're definitely coming into a show of just enlightenment with a lot of skill based knowledge for 3D 3D in general. You are coming to a big a show. You're coming to a big rave scene with a lot of skill and time and dedication for this, and a lot of people helped
One
you.
thing
And
that
Mhm.
one thing that helped me too, when I was building. See, so when I was building my first club, or even when I was dreaming of building it, one of the things that I really wanted was, I wanted to build it and then present it to the circles that I was hanging in, which was MVP, of course, and then I'm bored and it's Tuesday, and
Yeah.
also and then DDVR and Resumu. I was hoping one
Yes.
or multiple of those clubs would see what I built and like it enough to use it. Because to me, that would be just awesome. That would have been the epitome of
Yeah.
success. The thing that I was obviously already doing a lot as well by that time was I was hosting a lot at the Tuesday event, Minty's Tuesday event, which at
Yeah.
the time was only a collab between DDVR, Minty, and Cannon Cove.
Hmm.
So Club O wasn't on
Wasn't
the
even
list of
built yet.
collabs,
Yeah.
right? It wasn't even a server yet. It wasn't anything. Didn't exist. It wasn't until a while later I built multiple clubs. We were basically most of the time, if we were holding a Tuesday night a gig, we were holding them in a Club O venue, something that I had built. So eventually, one of them said, "Hey, why shouldn't we put Club O onto the list of clubs that collab for this event?" And that's how
Right.
Club O became an official member, if you will, of the I'm Bored and It's Tuesday, which was awesome for me. It was a huge honor because it was, I stumbled upon that I found that stuff. Like I was someone who just went there to go dancing and enjoy the DJs and have conversations, make friends, drink. Although
Of
even the
course.
drinking
Yeah.
I wasn't doing at the time. Um, so I mean, that was that to me was just awesome. I never forgot that I came here as nobody, and I've never felt like anything but that. And I always appreciate it when something you know awesome is handed to me like that. I always see that as an honor. I always see that as an honor. I never see it as anything I deserved ever.
Like it
So I
definitely
always appreciate it.
it makes it a lot to what you are in the liking of. Somebody recognizes this club, and especially how it's a pool scene. It's very simple because it looks so nice. And I remember when this whole place was empty, and the only thing I could say is that play button was the only thing that was there, and I was like, oh
It's the only
my
thing I have on the
god,
wall.
so cool to see how this thing
Make
grow.
sure you get a good picture of that. That's a really nice
Yeah,
poster. The person who
it's
made that did good work, and I've always enjoyed that poster a
it
lot.
makes this whole scene just makes it. If you don't know GrizDog, they've gone through a lot with a lot of I think I remember when you were talking about this club and you were just doing some tests, and it really made to what um you were thinking about how the structure and the format, because I think you remember you telling me about putting the lights onto the wall. And you're like, because you were putting the logo on the wall, and you were talking with someone that was the light, like kind of a light enthusiast for this place, and
Mhm.
just that was just like you put the because you were telling me like, oh hey, look at Bleach, look on the wall, and I'm like, what? And you're like, hey, look, it's my logo, and I was like, what? That's your
Yeah,
logo? Yeah,
when the
that
lights come up and
was
stuff, yeah.
so cool, and just going back when I just heard you just build this world was just very like fast and interesting, and it was really cool to see that something like this was really like so quick and so like, and I hosted my birthday here too, and this was crazy and so cool, and only a couple months until I have my another one, so happy second
I will be
anniversary.
updating this. Gee whiz, maybe even you know what? I might even get on here and update this room um, after we're done with our interview
Oh,
because I've been meaning to
sick.
do it, just hadn't got around to it. And now that we're standing in it and
Just
just
like kind of,
remembering it, and I haven't been here in so long, I'm like, you know what? I really need to play here tonight because I am playing first set tonight at iBoard and it's Tuesday, so I would love to do
yeah,
it here. I really would,
heck
but
yeah,
clearly I need to make some adjustments. So I'll try to spend a couple hours working on it today, updating it,
heck yeah,
just to make sure everything's working in the way it ought to,
yeah.
and
Oh man,
yeah.
I'm ready for it. um we're kind of on time right now too, but okay, so if I had to say, this is like when you got into the rave scene and started building when you first started going to the rave scenes and you built all these clubs and you went to all these clubs and stuff, and what made you think that you wanted to make a club yourself? You just kind of
I don't
like,
know. I think I think I enjoyed the venues, and I realized that they weren't being put out by you know big teams running for big corporations. They were just they were all indie projects. They were all made by one person. And
hmm,
whenever I went into a club, I always looked at the club itself. I mean, I was definitely there for the music and for the social and all that kind of stuff, but I always loved looking at the room that I was in. And especially if I saw a space that I just really enjoyed, it just would inspire me to build my own. So eventually I got to a place where I'm like, I need to build my own room because now every time I look into a club, I have my own ideas about, oh, I would do this, I would do that, I would do this, I would try that. And whenever I saw something like that, it would, like I said, it would just get my imagination going. So eventually,
yeah,
when I just can't stand it anymore and I have to do it, that's what happened. So I
like
finally
you
got
made
around and
the
decided building
progression
my
of
own.
just doing it, you just
Yeah.
fucking went off and did it, and really made something work.
And something
Can
I
you,
did actually before any of the other clubs did, and I think they're all starting to do it now, which makes me happy too. But especially at that time, when modding was still a thing, I mean,
yeah,
it still kind of
yeah,
is,
yeah,
but it's reserved now for the few people who have the skills to do it under the current system.
right,
But
right,
VI
right.
Chat, of course, used to be all about the mods. There were all kinds of mods, and many of them were malicious and designed to ruin worlds. Like people would go, it was commonplace
Whoa.
that for, I'm sorry, what was that? I
Sorry,
thought you,
I need to plug in my headset or else it's gonna die. Of course, when
oh,
the
okay.
time you're good.
That's all right. I'll let you do
Um,
that. Let me know when you're ready.
okay, so going back to the topic with modding in VR, tell me about
Okay.
that.
So, especially when I was planning on building my first club, a lot of or first venue I should say, because Club O even so wasn't really a thing just yet. um it was common that a modder would go into a club instance and crash the world, and they were there explicitly for that purpose. it was
Right, right.
it was typical. It
Of
happened a
course,
lot.
it's happened a lot, and everything would just get freaking like something would break in the world, and everyone wouldn't have a good time at all, and it
Yeah,
sucked.
it would suck. So when I was building my world, i I knew that I wanted something to try to prevent that. Like I wanted to have better security built into the world. But
Yeah,
I mean, I didn't have that capacity, but I had started looking into it. That's when I stumbled
right.
across Raimaju's admin panel. When I found
Yeah,
that, I looked at it and I said, "This looks like I think this is what I'm looking for." So I purchased that. Worth every penny.
Most
Worth every
definitely.
penny. So after I bought that, I had put it into my world, and then that was even before I debuted this first world. Even
Ooh.
before I built any other world, this one was being used by the Tuesday event. I'm bored and it's Tuesday. It was being used like a lot. Like we used it every week, and it would get packed out. We would use it
Whoa.
constantly, which was awesome. And we
Yeah.
just used it all the time, which meant the chances of us getting crashed by modders was
Very
it wasn't
high.
just probable. It was guaranteed.
Yeah.
But it never happened. We never got crashed once. And then I started opening other venues, and we were using those venues as well, and using them a lot. And not once in any of the worlds that I ever built did a modder come in and crash any of my instances. That's how powerful that admin panel is. It prevented, at a time when there were modders everywhere, any script kiddie could come in and destroy your instance. And they were doing it a lot. And every club had that problem. Every club but mine. Mine worlds never got crashed.
Damn. That sounds like
never once had anybody destroy any of my instances. And I have run my club, I have run these venues, you know, many times over the last 2 to 3 years.
That is so cool. That is so cool. Definitely a shout out to what was the thing called?
I believe is how you pronounce her name.
Maju. Okay. Definitely a shout out to Maju. Definitely a shout out for Maju for making the VRC scene definitely a welcoming standpoint for everyone that is coming to the new scene of enjoying themselves and everyone out here to have a good time with no crashing, because that's what everybody wants. And you know, like, we can't perfect everything, but we can perfect imperfections for a lot of things that do go down, which are crashers and also possibly game breaks and stuff. But we can always bring back something that can bring us to be a better club, or at least something that will prevent crashers from crashing the whole club. And this was back when, like, even before this all new stuff came in too. And I think it's really interesting to see that there's even more venues that are coming up, and especially for GrizDogs and stuff, venues are always going to be more and more.
We can go to like the newest one if you want. If you want to do like
remember that world that has the whole high ceiling kind of
Yep, I do.
That one?
That is called Initiation.
Initiation.
Yep. Initiation. That might have been my second club that I built.
Ooh.
I haven't been there for a while, so this will be good to visit it. Here we go. Well, there is one right here.
Yeah, this is a pretty one. I love this mirror. This is where I can actually look at myself and be like, wow, I look so good. Holy moly. I actually put this mirror in here for the dancers. I didn't have mirrors in my worlds for the people who come to listen to music, because I thought they didn't need it. I wanted them to focus on the DJ, not themselves. So oh yeah, no doubt.
Yeah,
like
my
there
worlds
was
didn't have mirrors in them, except this one I put in because the dancers in the cages and stuff, they needed something to calibrate. That's why I happened.
That's kind of the necessity when it comes to like knowing like what you kind of need for every world. Unfortunately, there was too many mirrors, but you know, this I gotta say, the mirrors is what makes everything. The experience is what you're gonna see everywhere. Unfortunately, that's kind of the way of how VRC is, because all of us want to look perfect. That's what's crazy. But yeah, I think it's really interesting to see how like that is definitely like your kind of mindset to what you can achieve is focus on the DJ, because that is the main focus of the purpose of like every club world too.
Yep. So I didn't put mirrors in my worlds for the longest time.
Heck yeah.
I have a couple that I put mirrors.
Let's go check it
The
out.
old ones don't have them. Yep.
All right. Whoa. This is such a great club. Oh my god, so many memories.
This was the second or third. I think my second club was actually the Cube last world.
Was that the world I went
think
to
I
the other
went.
day with like a bunch of the homies? Like
Maybe. Was it it's called Cutie Corner.
Yeah, I did. I remember. Oh my god, I was even talking about that too with some of the friends we met at ShelterCon and stuff too. About like how I remember it was just like it was just a comfy room, but then it like upgraded
Yeah.
to be like something even more crazier, and I was like, yo, this place is mad lit, dude. This is crazy. So cool, so cool. But yeah, like
Yeah, that was definitely part of the design criteria. So BT and I were close to designing the layout for specifically. He knew what they liked. I knew what they liked too. Actually, I wasn't as involved. As a matter of fact, I didn't even host for them at that point. Him and I talked about it. You know, we talked about how to build it, what it should look like. The result I came up with. And then after I built it, he said, you know, you put all this work in building the world, you might as well host it. And I said, I would fucking love that. I would love to be a host. I mean, really, I was stoked about it. I'd been attending for a while, for a little while, but I wasn't really integrated yet as far as, you know, helping run things or anything like that. I wasn't that much into it.
it's just the works of how you started.
Building the world that really and that's the way I remember it. He may actually have been. Someday maybe him and I are together. We can talk about
Yeah, that'd be really cool.
If he's okay with that, because
Yeah,
it is. It's not a secret club, but it's not a public club, if that
right.
makes sense.
When I get into the public side, when I get into the public club scenes, because right now we're only interviewing you, so this is definitely a cool way of introducing the newer clubs and knowing what you can have achieved on your whole journey as like a world creator and a DJ. You know, it's really cool. With this
So this world, I mean, I've always had this idea to have a club that looks like this. So that was one reason. But and it was nice to when I finally brought it to fruition. I'd had a previous iteration that just didn't work. I actually still have it up. I wonder would it even be able to stand it. And I wonder because I haven't touched it since forever. It's been literally years. It's still there. I haven't walked into it since I abandoned it because I don't delete anything. They're all still uploaded. But anyway,
Don't delete your stuff, guys.
Yeah, right. This was, you know, after a couple of iterations of the Pro Builder and other tools. And then the ceiling, the dome up there, the statues and stuff are all my avatar or my previous number.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's what those are out there. Those are all ghost
Heck
statues.
yeah. Definitely
Made from my avatar.
So cool. So we're on the Patreon side of things now. So,
The other thing too is the other purpose of this world is whenever I do an event in Club O called Pledge Night, which is all brand new DJs. Most of them have never played before until they play at Pledge Night, which is the whole point, right? This is your first time standing in front of a crowd. We advertise it. We fill up the room, and they've never played before. This is their first time.
It's such a good way of just like, hey, just throw you in there. We're gonna see how it goes. And you're like,
absolutely.
what?
Yep, absolutely. And you know what? Some of my favorite DJs have come from Pledge.
Whoa.
Some of the best DJs that they are awesome. Electro, if you ever heard Electro play,
Yes.
Electro's first time ever playing was at Pledge.
No way. So they played here?
Yep. So it wasn't this
That's so
particular
cool.
venue on that night, but it was my Pledge night.
That is so
We did a
cool.
collab that week with I did a collab with Evora on that week. So we
Evora,
did it with
yeah.
Evora,
Oh
so
my
we
god,
Evora's
it's such a
venue that
name
week.
too.
But that was the one week that week. But it was my event, Pledge night. I said Electro's first night. I mean, I remember just absolutely raving Electro my whole night. I was like, this is awesome.
It's so cool.
I love Electro's sets. Electro is awesome.
Electro is definitely a show. How you say, a showstopper. Like that, they're definitely a like That's not a showstopper. They're definitely somebody that brings the music to life, and I think that's so cool to see how they brought the music to what they do. It's very interesting and it's awesome. It's so cool. That's so cool. This venue definitely gives me memories of like when I first started and stuff, and brings all the nostalgia to me. And, oh man, it was just long ago until I was just a little one in the days of the club scene. Let's go to the next club that you made recently new.
All right, yeah, we'll go to my most recent one. This one's actually a roll.
Nice.
All right, here we go. Here we go. I'm seeing you now.
All right. Whoa! Oh my gosh! Holy moly!
Have you not been?
I've only been here once. Oh my god!
And maybe it was a long time ago, so I've done some updates.
It was.
On how long ago.
It was so long ago. Oh my gosh! This is.
Yep. This world is called Faith Block.
Faith Block.
So the word Faith Block is, so if you ever watched especially the most recent Judge Dredd movie, I think it was in that. So in the Judge Dredd universe, or the lore of Judge Dredd, you're in a mega city, and then within the mega city are mega blocks, which are giant skyscrapers that are essentially like a city within the city. So they're massive skyscrapers, and they're called blocks. And they each have their own name. They have interesting names. I think there's one called Rose Block. The other one, Peach Trees, was one of the blocks. That was the main one in the movie. Whoa. So, kind of based on that theme, I built this building. This is a skyscraper. It's a mega block, and I called it Faith. So this one's called Faith Block, and I built Faith Block. The name is based on, honestly, part of it, it's based on the idea that although VR chat doesn't have the technology to hold hundreds of people in an instance, I think eventually it has to happen. So I built this world to accommodate that.
Whoa.
So I literally built this place on faith that one day technology for VR chat would advance enough that I would be able to take full advantage of this venue.
Right.
Right now, there's only a few clubs built into it, but eventually, I'm going to have many clubs, all in this same instance, that will all run simultaneously. Which, like I said, and I have the technology in it to run clubs simultaneously. Multiple clubs and DJs playing at the very same time in the same instance. But of course, we're limited to 80 people in an instance. So, I will never be able to take real advantage of just how much you could do. But the idea is to create sort of like a club.
Mm-hmm.
So, the first person to implement that idea and to do it successfully is Castle. And
I was
he coined the term mega world, and that's basically what we're standing in. So this is my mega block that we're standing on top of in a mega world.
Holy moly! I've seen castle structures and stuff when they first started, and now I'm seeing yours as well, and I'm like, so much potential with this. And personally, it's about the
sort of this is my spin on his on what he.
Definitely. Holy moly! I'm ready to check inside if you're down.
Yeah, we can do that. We'll go to the one that we've been using lately, and I would call it basically done because we've been using it. And then I'll take you in a couple other spaces that probably before I will start using them, because there are multiple clubs in here. So let's go.
I'm down. Yeah. Oh man, I've been here once, and there was only one time. Oh,
did you walk into the elevator, or did you lose me?
I'm right beside you.
Oh, there you are.
Yeah.
So we'll go to the hookah lounge.
Oh. Whoa. Holy moly.
You can look out that window too. That's where we just were over there.
Holy moly. This is insane.
Here's the actual club right here.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Oh yeah, I was in here one time. It was somebody's
Mhm.
birthday. It was
That's
somebody's
probably
birthday.
true. And then
There's
if you look
some
out that window, you can see the statue over there behind the big number one on that tower. It's
Yeah.
tower number one. And then there's like a billboard. That's where we were standing. That was the drop ship.
What? That's so
Yep.
cool.
And then this window is, shows you outside. We are actually inside the model of the
Yeah,
building
yeah,
that we were
yeah,
standing
yeah,
on.
yeah.
So we didn't go
Whoa.
to a weird obscure location. We are actually in this location in
That is that is next level, yo. This is this is awesome. Holy moly. This place is vast superior of like next level. Holy
Eventually, I
moly.
want to keep. I've been saying this for a long time to it, but I do want to get these things rigged so that you can actually smoke them. The hookah lamps and stuff, the
Yeah,
hookah
yeah, yeah,
pipes.
yeah.
I, I
Hookah
I want them
pipes.
smokable because that would be awesome,
Yeah, you can
and it
smoke
would
it,
make
and then
this room just so
your
much more fun.
avatar. Yeah, your avatar would
Yeah.
be kind of like delusional. That'd be sick as hell. Hell yeah. Yeah, I think it was
All right,
Noxer that came in. And it was
and
their
we'll walk
birthday,
there because that's the
maybe.
most fun.
Yeah. Yeah, this place is crazy cool.
So back to the elevator. All right. Go ahead and hit the next one that's closest to done is going to be ComSat 1.
Ooh.
So we're actually on the same rooftop that we just were a little bit ago. Here, I'll show you a little bit. So that's where you initially
Oh,
spawn in, right? So
got
from
it.
there, you probably saw the Club O logo that's over here because the Club O logo, when you see that, it denotes that there's a club there.
Yes. Most definitely. Let's go down there. Ah, interesting. Oh shit. Yo, that's pretty cool.
Yeah, I'm gonna tweak a little bit in here, but yeah, it's cool.
That's this looks so neato.
And then to get down
Whoa.
to the actual floor, you gotta go down the stairs. There's no
Down the
spawn down there.
stairs. That's pretty cool. You can. Oh man.
Now, when the lights were going and stuff, of course, it won't be quite dark, but it's supposed to be dark because that's honestly most of the time when I build. I
That's
like
how
dark
clubs are. That's how clubs are.
and that's the thing, right? It's an underground club, so I mean, it's supposed to have sort of
Yeah.
a like that. So,
Aesthetic to it. Yeah. This looks so cool.
yep. So
So
we're
cool.
underneath. I'm sure you probably noticed, but that giant satellite dish, we're like yeah, we're underneath that satellite dish,
Whoa. This
and
so
we are
cool.
actually underneath the satellite.
Have a warning sound like you are underneath the satellite dish. This is so cool. But this is in process, yeah?
This one is in process. It's technically it's usable. We could use it, but for whatever reason, it always felt a little bit incomplete to me, holding off on just setting it up for a night. But technically, it is ready to be used. I mean, it just needs something. I'm not sure what that something is yet. Oh, I think I was going to add some lasers to it, and then
Can
I
never go
was
wrong
thinking
with
I might add
lasers.
something to the floor space to try to consolidate it a little bit more. But other than that, it's done. I think I might also alter some of the screens. I'm not sure. I haven't decided that yet. But
Yeah.
really, for the most part, it's done.
Yeah. This is wild. Oh my god, I can't wait.
All right, we'll go back up the stairs. And I'll show you what is, I mean, this next one is definitely not done. But you'll get a feel for what it is, for what it's. I also might change, we have to go back.
Let me get a good video part.
No, it's all right. Then it's down there.
Oh, this is the part where I'm supposed to film at. Got it. This one's better. Yeah, this one's so much better.
And I have to put the Club O neon sign somewhere so people can see it. But so I haven't done it yet, but
Looks nice. I love this.
and the actual club is in here.
Whoa. We're like in a boiler room or something.
We are in the HVAC tunnel, if you will, for the building, right? So the building has, giant airways so that the building can breathe, speaking from an architectural point of view, right? And that's essentially where this is being built right now.
Whoa. Oh man, this looks so scary.
Yeah, it might be hard to see. At the very bottom there's a giant fan. It's not animated or anything, but you can see one of the fans here on the under the glass floor, and we'll go down there and look at that in a second.
Yeah.
The DJ booth is going to go right in the middle here, and I'm going to have a little opening that lets the DJ stand, so the DJ will be centered. And of course there will be lighting and all that kind of stuff in here too.
Hell yeah. This is so exciting. All right.
So you can go up the ladder or down the ladder so that we can go to the other two spots on it just to look around.
Whoa.
Yeah, and so it's meant to be, it's like three floors, if you will, but they're all very small spaces. So
yeah, this looks really cool. Looks really interesting too. I love the aesthetic of this. This looks really like nice. Yeah, I like this a lot.
Actually, standing here reminds me that there is a club I'm supposed to put together for somebody, and I forgot to. Oh no, I'm gonna have to work on that too.
Okay.
I've been infatuated with that Satisfaction game lately, so I've totally not done anything on world building for like a couple weeks, and
you get to take a break once in a while.
Yeah, that's probably not a bad idea, but it might be time to get back into things too.
Don't stress yourself out. You got this.
So yeah, and if you look down below, so of course that's quite low, but that's all largely you can see that for the aesthetics. And again, we are actually in the building model that we were standing on top of when we spawned into the world.
Holy moly, this is for some people.
It's an actual 200-story building that we're standing on.
Holy sheesh! This is gonna get somebody like really sick and be like, I can't do this. This is too much. It's just so cool.
Yeah, looking down through the floor and stuff, I thought was pretty cool. So
yeah, no, it definitely brings the illusion of like what you can achieve for 3D animation.
I want to put cool screens and everything in here and all kinds of other stuff like that. That really gives it a nice cyberpunk kind of vibe to it. Yeah,
this world is pretty insane, and just so much potential with this too, because a lot of people are like realizing that like anything you can do in VR will be definitely like, oh yeah, it's already implemented. Yep, already done. Got people that do this.
This world is the model that we're in, the building and stuff. I mean, there's infinite amounts of space in it. I mean, I can
so much space,
as much as I want. I'll never run out of room. The only question will be is will it ever be something? Even if I have 10, 15 clubs built in here, I mean, it'd be awesome if we could do a club crawl. But currently, remember, we can only have 80 people in an instance. So I could run three clubs in here. I've already proven that in another one of my worlds. But we can run 3 clubs in here simultaneously and without any adverse effects. So, I mean, if you've got like, say, 20, 30 people in your particular club, and there's other clubs running, you know what I mean? It would be really cool.
That would be freaking cool as heck. Oh my god, there's just so much here that is so crazy to see. Let's go up the ladder, and I think that should be good to wrap it up if you want to.
Sure.
Yeah,
I have other
yeah.
worlds, but we do not need to look at all the worlds. But like,
I would love
basically, we
to.
started with the oldest, and then we went to the one that you liked the most,
Yeah,
and then we went to my newest. So I
yeah.
think
This
that's a
is.
pretty good round.
There's so much potential here. Let's go up the ladder this time.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Yep, and here's the top level. You can see where we spawned in down there.
So cool. So cool. There's just so much with this too. So much to really keep in from like knowing like there's just an eye for everything when it comes to bringing your imagination to life, and this is what brings the imagination to the person that has never been to a club, and unimaginable places they'll never get to realizes these places you could never go to in real life because it's because it's real life. It's like, oh, there's rust everywhere, it can kill you, and like it's just exponential anything to what you can achieve, especially in the virtual reality. And this is insane. I love the textures on this. It's really cool. So cool. So neat. Oh, so cool. Oh, I can't wait. This is gonna be fun. Can we go to the spawn point? I think that's where I'll like
just hit respawn. That'll be definitely the fastest way there.
Okay. All right. I think
you want to stand on the ship? We can. You want to stand up here, or you want to stand down there?
I kind of like the Club O over there.
Okay.
So fun. Yeah, this is definitely a. Okay. Right there. And tell me about something that you've kind of been through. I'm trying to bring in a quote from you or something that sounds nice, and at least something real that like will go through a lot of people's heads, that like this was not easy, or something like this has been a fun experience, this was like definitely a journey, or something that you really I guess here's a question. What is something you wish you could tell, I guess, either DJs, creators, club creators, or people that are barely getting into the scene? Something that, what can you tell someone that's barely getting into the club scene, and if they want to be something, what do they have to do? Or what
I don't know. I mean, if you want to
take?
be involved, or if I don't know. I mean, to me, the easiest way to get involved was, but also the most exciting, I thought, was to be a host. Clubs are always looking for hosts, but for me, my pipeline was I just showed up and danced in front of the mirror, listened to the music, and just talked to people, made friends, and had fun that way. And then from there, I wanted to host, and actually, I started out hosting. I think I got my name as the host at Sinful Sundays or Canning
Ooh,
Cove.
yeah,
That was where I started hosting. I hosted there often. I think that's where people got to know me the most in the very beginning. That's where it came from for me. And then from there, I was offered the opportunity to host for DDVR, which was and still is awesome.
yes.
Yep. And then intermingled in there, I had started hosting with the Tuesday event too, I think. Some of that sort of happened at the same time. And then I started to build my own worlds and whatnot, and sort of built from there. And that's what helped. Actually, that helped me out a lot, because I remember I had been hosting a lot. So when I built my first club, it was nice because I had that easy way of getting it out in front of a lot of people, because they already knew me. So when I said, "Hey, I built the world," you mind if I try it out on Tuesday's event or something? And then it was like, yeah, sure, we'll go over there, we'll try it out and see if it works. And so whenever I released a new venue, it was really easy for me to get it out of labs, because one of the way you get it out of the community labs and into becoming an actual public upload is you have to have a lot of people visit it, and I think some people have to favorite it, and I'm not exactly sure what the criteria is for getting out of labs, and as far as I can tell, nobody knows exactly what that criteria is. But usually if you just pack it with enough people, you'll get it out of
Right.
labs, because whatever else needs to happen tends to happen when you have enough people run through it. So
Exactly.
it was always easy for me, like within, a couple of days of uploading something, I could always get something out of labs and it would be a legit official, public, it's public venue. Um,
Definitely.
but yeah, honestly, I just started by showing up to the parties. Just go to the party. Don't worry
Just go
about
to the
anything.
party.
Just go to the party. Just
Just go to
fucking
the
show
party.
up. Go to the party. Have a good time. And then if you feel like you want to be involved, the first easiest thing you can do is host.
Most definitely.
And
Like
when it comes to
definitely at
being
least
involved,
assist it or host, definitely
yeah,
something like
they always need hosts, as long as you present yourself as somebody who can be, reliable enough to show up and start the instance and, plug the DJ stuff in and post your announcement. You've only got to be the host a couple times or try it a few times, and I mean, once they see that you're able to do that, you're in. You're going to be able to be involved as much as you want. And being a host at one club will often earn you enough credit to easily slip into being host at another club. From there, I mean, and as far as DJs, I mean, if you want a DJ, part of the reason that I started Club O was because I like new DJs. So even if somebody, like I said, I have pledge night, right? So even if someone comes to me and says, I've never done this before, but I really want to play, I think I'm ready. Well, as far as I'm concerned, if somebody comes to me and they say they want to play, if you think you're ready to stand in front of a crowd of people and play a live set and you're comfortable with whatever comes of that, then I'm going to take your word for it. I'm not going to
exactly.
assume that I need to double check to see if you're ready. If you're ready to
If you're
stand up on the
ready,
stage in
yeah.
front of a crowd of people and stand and deliver, then you're
Then we're
probably
gonna
going to be
fucking
the
do
one
it.
who's, yeah, exactly. If you think you're ready, I'm going to take your word for it. And so that's totally what I do. And like I said, I love new DJs. So, I mean, as a DJ, I know in my club, the easiest way to get in is through my club, because I'll give you a venue.
Yeah, most
Other
definitely.
clubs do have opportunities for new DJs as well. They're starting to implement, and some of them have had them for a while. I know Rizumo in particular had and now does have again an event they call Launchpad, which is largely for that purpose. It's new DJs who've never played for them before, that kind of thing. I don't know if they're brand new, like never played before, but if they're new to Rizumo in particular, you can get in through Launchpad. So there are some other clubs where they will present some opportunities for new DJs. Mine is kind of almost centered around the whole idea. If you're brand new, perfect. I got an event
Fucking
designed
do
just
it.
for you. And Femboy Friday is something that we do first and third Fridays of the month. That is always. I don't care if you're new. Go play and play whatever style of music you want.
You
I
get
mean,
all the
I
support
don't
you
care.
got, especially this one here. Definitely something to keep in mind. You as a new DJ, you as a newcomer to VR chat, or even person that's just trying to get into the party scene, I would say is there's a journey. This one took a long time to do what they did, especially how they started and where they're at now, by creating worlds, going to venues, and even having experience to even show up at just bringing all the joy and everyone to be a new DJ, or even people that have never seen one, just see their friends have a laugh. Maybe they mess up, but at the end of the day, we're all here to support and give everyone some new ways of how to become better. As a world creator, as a DJ, or even a newcomer to the show, to the scene, it definitely brings a lot of positive feedback from everyone. And if you want to learn a new talent, if you want to bring your talents to the stage and bring everything to what you can. A lot of support, especially from GrizDog, has helped me in my adventure to bringing my world and especially their worlds to bring something even much greater. And I hope you guys do enjoy this. Please give a share and give some support, especially for GrizDog. Definitely somebody I would say is like an amazing individual. We've actually met at ShelterCon, and I swear this person, right when I saw them when they were coming to ShelterCon, I swear I like, GrizDog, where the fuck are you? I was so excited. Literally, I was like, dude, I gotta get everybody. I gotta see this one, especially because they've been my friend for a very long time, and I gotta say it's most definitely a true friend, very true friend. I hope everyone has that moment for everyone too as well. And I gotta say is everyone out there, remember, if you don't know anybody out there yet that is here to listen to you, this one's here to definitely give you some good feedback. And you know what? It takes a little bit to just get to know them and understand that they're willing to give the best advice that I could say as a world creator and also a great friend. And just know everyone out here in this community is definitely an amazing individual. So keep your mind up and always learn as you go. So I'll talk to you guys later. This is Virtual Voice Podcast. I'm your host, Bleach Streaks, and this is GrizDog, and I'll see you guys later in the next one. So, bye. Can we like do a cool ending scene where like we're walking into the sunset, just like a badass,
Sure.
and just like cool? Okay, cool. Come close to the edge, and if you have a chair next to you, we could just sit down. That'd be cool. So I'm gonna take a few steps forward. Oh. Fuck! No! I just want to sit down! That's all I want to do! Fuck! This looks really awesome too. Looks really cool. I love it.
It is a wild view.
Yeah, it is. You made this world. It looks nice, huh? Like, yep, I made that. You're like, I made that. I made this world. It's your butt cheek too.
Oh, is it?
I have to say, it's really cool. All right, I'm gonna get one last shot of this, and then just actually look like I'm sitting down. See how far I can go with my camera. Oh my god. Jesus, this world is insane. Yeah.
Yeah, I've been working on this on and off for a really long time.
Oh, no doubt. Like this world looks really good too. Okay. I think we got it. I think we're good.
Uh-oh. Just hit the respawn. See how far that is? But that's not the bottom.
It's not the bottom.
No, that's not the bottom. Respawn and come up here, and we'll jump from the top, and we'll go to the bottom.
Okay. Gonna drop thing. All right,
we'll go to the edge so we can go to the bottom.
Okay. Whoa.
Yep, so this is the edge that will take you to the bottom. It will go down the whole 200 stories.
Holy moly.
If you want, watch the building as it goes by after you jump.
Okay. All right, GrizDog, let's do this.
Go.
Whoa. Oh my gosh.
See this metal tube going by us right here, the vertical one?
Yeah.
That's where that green club is.
Holy moly. Oh my god, this... Whoa. That was insane.
Yep, so now you get to see, that's the whole model of the building that we're in.
Wow.
Yeah, it's to scale, like the whole thing, so, and I build all the clubs inside that model.
Whoa. That was crazy. This is awesome.